Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Vampire the Masquerade Beyond Armageddon. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. To start off with, please remember to check the link below to the new upcoming V5 book called Sabbat the Schism, a book that allows you to play as Sabbat and Elders. It's coming out very soon, and we're all very excited to read it. Additionally, also check the link to Mark, our one of our players, who unfortunately will not be joining us tonight. He provides all the music very graciously, and yeah, go check out some of his stuff. He's really talented. Additionally, if you're watching this on YouTube, please consider subscribing and commenting, interacting with the video. That always helps. At least leaving a like always helps. And if you're watching this on Twitch, remember to follow us if you want to follow this crazy adventure. Tonight we'll be joined by Alex, who will be playing Larry, Oit, who will be playing Abel, Amalia, who will be playing Serena, and Tony, who will be playing Jack. And I hope you will enjoy. We join our players as they begin their night. As you awaken, each of you feels this ominous, foreboding sensation about the night's events, almost as if it's a calm before a storm. You know that Santa Monica and the war brewing there is close to erupting. And you know that even within your own domain in East LA, tensions are rising between fellow Sabbat members. Clan Nosferatu has become almost an enemy of the Sabbat by now. War is basically brewing on every corner, and it's hard to know when and from where it will erupt. And yet, you still rise as soon as the sun sets. You still get on with your lives, and hopefully, you won't die just tonight. Serena, as you rise, you notice that from the exit of the room, you can spot the decoy you've crafted, who looks like your former self. And she's unconscious and still bound, but
I need to turn her.
it does give you some. It does feel a bit odd to look at a shape that sort of looked like what you were before. and not so much like what you are now.
I still need to turn her, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, where's Cecil?
Cecil's still in torpor.
I-
Well,
Don't
asleep.
I wake up after? Don't I wake up after him?
You should.
What?
You should wake up after him.
That's odd. That's very odd. Okay. Well, I'm gonna first. I don't know if he wants to do the mind transfer thing before or after I turn her. Um, so I'm going to, because of that feeling, I'm going to divide.
Okay. You may roll it. And while
Yep.
we wait for that, we jump over to Jack, who,
Yes.
as he awakens, he looks around this room that he now shares with the others, and apparently Titus has already left, though Larry is still here.
Is he sleeping?
Well, he awakens about at the same time as you.
Evening.
Good
Where's
evening.
Titus?
I don't know.
Do I know that they left to the meeting with Nosferatu?
Do you know what?
Do I know about their meeting with Nosferatu?
I don't think you'd be aware if they didn't tell you, so that's a question for Alex.
The Chuckles one.
Yes.
Yes, I think, yeah, you are aware.
And how... I presume the meeting was not as fruitful?
Larry sort of twitches his neck, relaxes it. They attacked us.
My fucking gods. And Chuckles?
Chuckles. Chuckles is with Isaac. He's keeping him bound. I want to know what will happen next.
Well, most probably monomacy.
Yes. I need to call Isaac. Or...
Well, still Chuckles owes me a bit from this deal.
Larry
So,
stands up, walks out of the room. Later, Jack.
I
And
guess.
heads to Serena's room.
All right. And as you start heading down the stairs, let me check Serena's roll. So Serena, you're drawing cards. Is this correct?
Yep.
What's the
One card.
specific question?
Regarding the ominous feeling.
Okay. Well, you draw a card, and despite you understanding how to read these cards, drawing the Fool, you don't really manage to glean any wisdom from it. You think of a few possibilities, but overall it's too foggy for you to understand any signs from this.
Maybe I'm too distracted right now.
And as you think this to yourself, you sort of hear heavy footsteps climbing down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And you also notice that, while you were drawing a card, you look to the bed where Cecil was, and he's not there anymore.
Like, I would have heard him get up.
You would, wouldn't you?
Wait, what happened? What happened? Where is he?
I suppose you'll have to find out.
I'm going to go look
Larry-
for it now.
Larry comes around the corner. What does he see?
Well, as you are heading down the stairs, Larry, you see Cecil climbing up the stairs, and as he spots you, he sort of looks down and doesn't make eye contact and just
What?
goes into the main room.
Serena, have you managed to speak to Isaac after the events?
Oh, no. I mean, I was staked and kidnapped by the Nosferatu. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Can you call him? Or shall I do that?
Um, let's first bring everybody up to speed.
Okay. Do you know where Cecil was heading?
You saw him?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, to know that. Never mind. I guess he was heading for weekly Sabbat.
Mm,
So what should I do?
let's go up. Gather everybody.
Mm, Serena pockets her cards. Throws on a leather jacket. Grabs her stuff. And heads up.
Okay. And as you head into the main room, we will jump very quickly to Jack. Jack, as Larry leaves, do you do anything before you head out?
I'll message Isaac about Jack because the deal was kind of made. So someone owes me something, and I'll message Liliana regarding the sword.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Well, as you send those texts, eventually you just glance out the door, and you notice that, this is a few minutes after your awakening. You start seeing a van drive up to the house, and it parks outside. And it seems to be Abel's van.
I suppose. I'll go
And
outside and greet him.
um, cutting to what's happening inside the van, Abel. After you arrive to the haven, dealing with your curse, sleeping in various places. What do you do anything before heading inside?
Guess I'm gonna check for my emails or texts.
You check your contacts, and there are the texts and phone calls you've made, but there are no responses.
I see. Well, then I shall proceed to the house.
Okay. And as you head inside, you notice that Cecil exits, and he very quickly tells you, I need to handle an urgent matter, and I need everyone to prepare for potentially serious consequences. I managed to find something. I'll update you soon. Just keep everyone together.
All right.
And
Good luck.
he simply nods, and he essentially starts running through the dirt road at a speed that you would, at first you'd say, I mean, doesn't he want a ride? And then you realize why he doesn't need a ride.
Well, I look after him for a while and then enter the house.
Okay.
You can see Serena coming up from the bottom and being like
And
looking around confused, just like, where did he go now?
Jack walking out of his bedroom like, hello, brother.
Hello.
Where has Cecil gone? He just
Oh,
came up.
he said he has an errand to run.
An errand.
Well, he said he needs to take care of some urgent business and that we need to prepare for the worst.
What? Now? Okay. Okay,
Aren't you always
I'm
prepared for the worst?
We need to be ready for whatever comes.
okay.
Doesn't
Okay.
sound like Cecil at all.
No. Sounds like him.
Sounds kind of like him.
Yeah. You've been around for just a bit, so you really don't know.
Okay.
But he said to be prepared for the worst. So, did he mention anything about it? Abel?
No, no specifics.
I
Just that we
see.
all need to keep together and prepare.
Okay.
Anyone know where
Sounds.
Titus is?
Think he said he's gonna be busy this night.
Oh, Cecil did mention that he had found something.
Okay.
Oh,
Hmm.
if we're discussing find and lost section, that company that Titus's family owned, whatever, they are connected to one society of Saint Leopold, and I guess it's not a fucking Sunday school for girls.
Oh, they're connected to Society of Saint Leopold.
Yeah.
Uh,
Since their beginning as a company, to be frank.
uh.
I don't like the look on your face.
Wait. SD. Do I know about Society of Saint Leopold?
That is a wonderful question that I believe an intelligence and occult with a disadvantage. So I'd say about +2 difficulty. I think that would tell you if you know anything about it or not.
Does Booksmart apply?
Yes.
Excellent.
I shan't roll. Or shall I?
You can if you wish.
I mean, it's a success, honey. Sorry.
It
It's
is
a very big
success.
success.
Yeah. So
I know a lot.
you can just
Ah, yeah.
open the
I know about
floodgates.
them.
Open the floodgates.
Right. So, Society Saint Leopold. It was founded to hunt us
Ah.
during the First Inquisition.
So, Sunday school, but not for girls. I see.
Yeah, Sundays. Though, I mean, do you remember the other, what's her face? You know, the huntress.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a Sunday society for those girls.
Sunday school for hunters girls. Fuck!
Yes, glorious, isn't it?
Oh shit. You don't tell.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if they're connected to that guy, the Weber guy.
Mm. Weber, the
Hunter guy who called us to take care of the crazy huntress.
you should ask him.
Hmm. I mean, it's going to be really like texting Weber now. Hey, are you part of the Society of Saint Leopold?
I don't believe you have his number.
I do believe I have his number.
Did you? Because I
Yeah, he
know
called
I
me.
know Abel had it, but I don't
No,
know.
he called me.
Yeah, but
Remember?
that's back in London, right?
No, here.
Here.
He called me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, in that case, you send him. Can you repeat the text?
Are you
It
from
was a
Society of
joke.
St. Leopold?
No, 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 no,
It
no.
was a
Shit,
joke.
probably.
No, no, no. No joke. What did you send him? Come on.
Hey, are you part of the Society of Saint Leopold?
You don't get a response.
Is she on red or just like no response?
On red.
Oh, oh, he's baby.
Well, either he is, and then we're sort of, I guess, in a clear for now. Or on the other hand, he was doing everything under the table. Because I don't think it's very good terms for them to be in contact with us.
Oh yeah. Humanity is a weird fucking
But
thing.
yes, they're actually, they're connected to the Vatican. Shouldn't you guys sort it out?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, religion is one fucking story. What Vatican did is, you know, they did a lot of awful fucking stuff.
Yeah, but your clan La Sombra. Deal with it.
I shall. I'll message Liliana as well about Society of St. Leopold. Like, they may be in Santa Monica. Not like how to break them.
At some point, as you discuss the general matters of the week, the let's imagine that you guys open the front door. The front door basically slams open, and Cecil walks inside, dragging behind him a very animalistic looking man. And he tosses him in the middle of the room and says, "Apparently, we had a gangrel spy."
Lovely.
I guess that was the spy that Kosh was talking about so long ago.
I suppose. Doesn't matter now. He wasn't too much trouble. Still a fledgling from what I can tell.
Is he staked?
He is not moving.
Poor bird.
Is he torpid?
Well, and Cecil sort of just nudges him until he like falls with his back to the floor and exposes his chest. And you see that essentially his rib cage has been pulled open, and His heart is still intact, but he's not moving and he's not in good shape.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
Not going deep on that one.
Okay, guess we should get information out of him. Whatever he
You
knows.
should.
Yeah, I will.
Or maybe you interview him, make sure he's. Well, make sure we got all the knowledge we need from him, and then
Mm-hmm.
do what you will. I'm going to see
Mm-hmm.
if he had any friends around.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of heading outside, Cecil essentially walks up to one of the corners and lays on the floor, face up, and seems to. As if he just went into torpor, he seems to go limp.
Yeah. Okay, that explains what he was doing and why he was still in torpor when I woke up. He wasn't in torpor. Astral projection. Right then. I'm going to first, before questioning him, go digging into his mind and see what I see. Okay?
Okay. You may roll for it. No, actually, because it's. Yeah. So you use the power. You don't need to roll. You find no resistance, but you also find nothing.
What?
He's in torpor.
All right.
It's the same as being dead,
Okay.
essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to tie him up and give him some blood so that he wakes up. Right. I'm gonna drag him downstairs. Is there another room downstairs that I can use? Where there's no clone of me and not the bedroom?
The one with the drain, secret room.
Yeah, unfortunately,
that's the bedroom.
the only available one is essentially a staircase all the way to the sewers. So there are those two
Yeah,
rooms.
it's a big house. I'm gonna choose a room downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, you just walk around the first floor and eventually find a room.
Right. So once he wakes up, I don't want him to move. So we're going to disconnect some of the tendons.
Vertebrae.
No, tendons
here.
on. No, that's too long. Far more easier to disconnect like tendons, joints, like tendons from like on the arms and the legs. What's he gonna do? Crawl?
Yeah, you just disconnect vertebrae here, and he's not moving anymore.
He's also not talking, but that's besides the point.
He's torpid.
Anyway, I'm disconnecting the tendons.
Okay, using vicissitude.
Yep.
Okay, that means I have to perform a roll
For what?
to see if he dies.
Angels have fortitude.
Why? I'm not harming him.
You are using vicissitude on someone who is currently well, he just tanked a chunk of ag plus a few lethal. So
What? No, that doesn't. Then I'm not doing it. Obviously.
he survives it, so it's fine. So you disconnect the tendons, and what do you do?
Do you want me to roll or no?
No,
You
it's okay.
don't want me to roll.
It's okay. You don't need to roll because he's not resisting. It's just a question of can his body fucking take it.
Yeah, but maybe that's why I should have rolled.
Nah, it's fine. Go on.
Anyway, after that, I'm going to feed him a bit of blood.
And as you slice your wrist open and drop a few drops of blood, you eventually see that his chest slowly starts pulling itself shut. And as soon as the ribs fully fuse together and the skin starts closing over, he sort of like starts waking up, and at first he seems very lost, just looking around, trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do
Okay.
anything, or do you wait for him to like say something?
I wait. I wait.
Yeah. He sees you. Is anyone else in the room with her? Larry, Abel.
I'm
Aren't we
protecting
all?
Cecil.
Okay. So Jack is
we
with
can be.
Cecil, and the rest are all together. Yeah. So he
Mm-hmm.
seems to see you, Serena.
Yeah.
Then his eyes dart over to Abel, and then he notices Larry, who is just standing there, being huge and made of stone. And at first he doesn't really react much, just with a bit of confusion. And then Larry blinks, and as soon as Larry blinks, the guy just starts panicking and trying to back away as much as he can.
Which is pretty hard to do.
Yes.
Right then. Do you know why you're here?
The guy just looks around and says, "No, I
Oh,
was,
really?
I was hunting, and apparently,
Hmm.
uh,
Now, tell me, which sect are you with? Yeah, go on.
he
To which sect do
genuinely looks
with
confused.
which sect do your loyalties lie?
Uh,
Faster.
I, I don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Well,
Please.
yes, I woke
To
up
which
yesterday in the middle of the woods. I was starving. I ate some rats. Then
What do you mean you woke up yesterday?
I was out. Look, just really quickly, what the fuck is that? And he sort of gestures to Larry.
Perception empathy. I wanna know if he's
I'm
lying or
reading.
not.
I'm reading his mind, so you know.
Okay, okay.
Anyway, Larry wants to know himself.
Okay.
How many successes do I have?
Okay. So
2 successes on my side.
Serena's reading his mind, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So, Larry, in this guy's face, you can see mostly confusion and fear. You think he's being genuine with this, this line of questioning, because he genuinely seems to have no fucking idea of what's going on. Serena, as you read his mind, and you ask him, like, what do you mean you woke up in the woods yesterday? You see vague memories of, well, when you read his mind, it's like his thoughts are your own. You see yourself partying at a nightclub, and then meeting up with this woman, seems to be very, very gorgeous woman, who then you start, walking down the street. You seem to be blasted drunk, and then next thing you know, all you see is vague memories of yourself waking up in the middle of the woods, not knowing what the fuck has happened. You're chasing after rats and other animals in the middle of the woods, like squirrels and such. And at some point, you remember feeling the weight of some sensation you don't recognize, running into essentially a very old dead tree with a hole in it, running into it, and essentially crawling into it and just digging with your claws into the wood and making sort of a hole into the ground
Yeah.
within the tree,
Um,
and then waking up inside the tree afterwards, and
hmm.
that's what you see in his memories.
Hmm. I pull out a few thoughts and then, okay. Well, let's suggest you are not lying, but what if actually the memories are not your own? I'm going to use psychomemory on him to
Okay.
see if I can like find something hidden beyond it. Right?
All right.
I'm gonna roll and uh, I have 2 successes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I have 2 successes.
And how do you wish to
So
split them?
mm,
Or
what do you need?
how
It's
do what to
psychomemory.
what extent do you want to have this work?
No. So it's psychomemoria.
I know. To
So
what
he's
extent do
going
you
to
want
need
to have this work?
2 successes. That's
Okay.
max I have.
Okay.
I'm going to be reading his mind while he's reliving the memories. Okay.
Okay. Um.
So what I'm going to do is like and so I saw the memories that he had before. So what you're telling me is that this is the first time you have woken up and faced a bunch of scary looking vampires, confused to what it is, and no idea what a gargoyle is. Is that it? Never felt so scared before in your life. So scared for your undead life. And psychomemoria him.
Mm-hmm. And as you use the power and you start reading his mind, you see this situation where he's like sitting in a dentist chair, and the dentist
Really?
goes up to him with a drill and
Really?
starts drilling into his tooth, and he is screaming. You can tell that he's still a child, and at some point another figure walks in. You can tell by his memories it's his dad, and the dad basically grabs him by the collar and beats the shit out of him for moving too much.
Wait, that makes no sense.
You invoked
He's in a
fear.
dentist. No, but the memory makes no sense. He's at the dentist. How can the dad come in and beat him up while he's at the dentist?
It has happened. I've heard stories of people doing that.
Also, it's childhood memory.
Yeah.
Our brain is fucking wonderful at keeping them.
I'm going to. No, that's just the fear of beating up. That's just the fear of you being beat up by someone. What about you fearing? What about you feeling this hunger like you felt last time? Thirsty, violent.
And use the power again.
I'm still using it.
Okay. Yeah,
I didn't stop it.
you see memories of what he essentially described, what you saw before. You see him waking up in the middle of the woods and essentially trying to find something that he desires. He doesn't know what it is, and grabbing a rat and draining it dry, then chasing after a squirrel.
I. What would. What about you feeling accomplished for something? Feeling really really happy that you're going to be able to serve your friends in your association so well.
Mm. So to move
Like a
his
soldier serving
memories to move his memories to that type of emotion after he's
hmm
been in the situation for a while, I'm gonna need you
Yeah.
to roll me a charisma expression, and
Mm-hmm.
it's very high difficulty because he's in the
Ah,
presence of a
but
gigantic fucking monster. So
that's my smooth talker specialty apply.
yes, and there you
Do
go.
I pass it?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so basically after you speak to him, he sort of looks confused for a moment, and in digging through his mind, you just see the memory of what looks like a high school or a university graduation.
This is pointless. I am the disciplines, and I'm like, if he's a spy, then he was just embraced to be a spy and dropped somewhere.
The guy, shifts a bit, realizing he can't fucking move, and says, "Look, I've been to a lot of fucking parties, but there's no drug I know that does this to me, and I know for sure that I'm looking at a giant statue. Nothing in the
Yes, yes,
past
you
two
are.
nights has made any sense. What the fuck is going on?"
Congratulations, you're dead.
Pretty sure I'm not.
Pretty sure you are. I mean, you can still move your hand, even though it doesn't work, but you can like try and see if you have a pulse.
I'm not gonna do that. I don't. What the fuck is going on? Just be serious with me. I got my
And
eyes
you're
open.
dead.
I'm moving around.
Congratulations, you're dead. And Iris just shows her teeth at him.
He doesn't
She,
really seem to pay attention to your teeth. It's almost like he's in denial, and then he shifts his attention to Jack and to Abel, and then goes, "Can either of you tell me what's going on?"
Look,
Iris,
it's really fucking hard to understand, but you're really fucking dead. Okay?
Forgot that Jack
I'll
is with
just
Cecil,
conjure.
but yeah,
Yeah.
let's say that you walked into the room to see this shit.
I fucking heard them yelling.
Are wasting time.
Larry
I'll
just
just
turns
like
around and walks out.
give me a knife, someone. Give me a knife.
no, I say I do so vampires can basically go a bit feral and like hiss and like really extend their fangs
Mhm.
after like retracting them. So I just go up to him smiling really nicely, and then I hiss at him, forcing the fangs out.
Yeah, he freaks out and starts trying to crawl back
Cool.
inefficiently.
Okay, cool.
Serena, please.
Cool, you're
He's either
dead.
shovel head or fucking
No,
mistake of an arc.
or
Or
he
he's a
has,
spy, but he might have
or
no
he
fucking
has a
idea.
second, he has a second personality. You don't know that.
Do you?
Oh, neither do you.
Yes,
Either way,
neither do I.
we need Cecil back. Like, there's a reason
He's
he
flying
brought
in the
him.
fucking skies right now.
Ah, great. Do I know
Look,
if the body
my guy,
hears?
just fucking relax.
Who are you talking to?
The gangrel fella.
Oh, I thought you were like saying that to me because the gaggle fellow was
Nah.
really quiet.
Yeah, he seems to be rather panicked and looking all over the place. And in all of this insanity and seeing like Larry just turn around and leave, still dealing with the fact that a gigantic statue is speaking and moving around and that everyone's telling him he's dead. He sort of seems to fall into Actually, I have to roll for something.
A roll for if his second personality comes in power or not.
If he's catatonic.
So yeah, he at some point he seems to look around, and in sort of this panic, he starts like curling up into himself and lays on the floor, and just shuts his eyes and starts, moving back and forth.
And boom, he's catatonic.
Ah, I'm going to go and see if Cecil can hear me from his body. Like, do his ears work or no?
Yeah, and as you start exiting
Uh,
the room, Cecil seems to turn the corner and say, "I don't think I've found any other spies. What'd you
from
manage
what
to
I
get out of this one?"
from his memories, I saw that he's a fresh embrace.
Like, couple of days fresh.
Did you see his sire?
He went with some woman, and you can grab the memory from my head. I just bring her image up.
Yeah, he seems to focus for a moment and say, "I don't recognize her. But I can ask
Basically,
her
I've
around."
also
Hit
I've
me, I
also
may.
huh?
Hit my mind, I may recognize her.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to.
You don't need to roll
Either
if he's
yours,
willing.
pistol. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to project that into his mind.
Yeah, you
I
see
suppose.
the image of the woman. She seems to have dark skin, this sort of braided hair, has clearly a neck tattoo that goes into her chest, but she's wearing very non-revealing clothes. And her eyes seem to be, oddly enough, sort of a deep blue. You don't recognize her, but it's definitely an image of. It's a striking image.
Mm.
Um,
Don't recognize her, but sure as hell won't fucking forget.
well, if he's a fresh embrace and he was dropped in her, why did you think that he's a spy?
He was watching our haven from the cover of the trees.
Oh. Let's go see why he was doing that. So I walk over to the catatonic boy, and I nudge him with my foot.
Yeah, as soon as you touch him in any way, he sort of shivers and like closes in on himself even more.
Okay, I'm going to I'm gonna use passion on him.
Okay. Increasing or decreasing?
Decreasing, obviously.
Okay.
I don't need him to be more like what he is now. What is it with today's ones on my rolls?
Okay, so that is still 2 successes. He, instead of, shivering and, cowering,
Yeah.
after a few moments of that happening, he instead, like, his breath starts calming, and instead of, you know, reacting in any way, he simply starts sobbing uncontrollably.
Can I use passion on him again?
I'll try to mesmerize him to just fucking relax. Everything's gonna be fine.
Okay. Well, technically, 2 people want to do things. You can indeed use passion again. I will advise you, however, too much dementation can break a mind. So
Dominate on the other hand.
who's moving forward with this?
I'm moving
I
forward
would.
with this.
I see. So both of you are.
Yes.
Okay, so Jack, I need you to roll, and Serena, I
Mhm.
need you to roll.
Persuasive works.
Yes.
I
Bruh.
thought, look,
Okay.
you'll
Yeah,
spill your
someone's
death.
mind is fucking breaking.
Okay. Well, Jack, you essentially start, pulling his
Mm.
face up, and you get him to look at you. And what do you say?
Everything's gonna be fine, my brother. You're dead, but it's not that bad. You'll grow into it. You'll
He's
like
not
it.
your brother.
Yeah. And as soon as Serena says that, uh, the tears just stop streaming from his eyes, and he gets this like almost emotionless face.
Right, now Serena approaches him. Now, you were watching this big, old, dusty house. Why? Why were you watching it? And I'm going to go back into his mind.
Okay. You don't need to roll. His mind is fucking
I
broken, and you waste 3 10s on that. Yeah, good.
no.
Bruh.
So
No,
essentially,
but that means I get everything. Everything.
yeah, everything from the guy you just broke mentally. So you start trying to read his mind after asking that, and it's almost like looking through memories as if they were through like a static filter. Like everything is very bland. And you get basically just the idea of one word: shelter. That's it.
Okay, he was looking for shelter.
Cecil, upon hearing this, says, "Well, I suppose he failed whatever his sire wanted. He can dispose of
Oh,
him."
yeah.
And Cecil just starts walking out of the room.
We should have our weekly spot.
Very well. Where should we do it?
The usual, but first we need to take care of this fledgling.
I'll be waiting in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And Cecil walks off.
Serena looks at Jack. You staying around for me taking care of this guy or no?
Give him fucking merciful death, will ya? I know what you want.
Am I left with this fledgling alone?
Abel is still here.
Yeah, Abel's still in the room, and he's looking at you like.
No, but am I with the Yes, but does Abel want to take care of the fledgling? Because I know that Jack and Abel aren't humanity, and Abel needs to keep his humanity high.
I'm just
Oh,
barely
apologies.
fucking
I
rolling
missed
around.
one message. I need to answer this.
Yeah.
One moment.
Also, Abel wrote like 10 minutes ago that he's gonna be AFK.
Yeah.
Are you speaking? Because we don't hear you.
Sorry. I need to answer a message anyway, so we'll let me just do this one thing, and then we'll continue the scene.
What do you reckon? What's Cecil was talking about preparing for the wars and shit?
Well, he was thinking that we were spied on by the Camarilla, and that we should await guests. Obviously.
Well, it's either some fucking pathetic attempt or just a random fucking basically sabotage.
Well, you know how Gangrel embrace, do you?
Oh yeah.
They embrace and leave the fledglings into somewhere to survive for themselves. And then if they survive long enough, they pick them up.
Yeah, checks out. Shouldn't we
Oh
just
yeah.
fucking drop him at
No,
Well,
he
fucking-
saw us.
and if his sire is from the sword?
It's the same thing. This fledgling did not survive. And if he was from the sword, he's not even a shovelhead. He's not even false Sabbat.
Also true.
Okay. Message has been answered. Given that we need to wait for Abel, Jack, as you make your way out, would Jack find Larry in the main hall, or where would Larry be? Oh,
X.
oh my
He's
god,
muted.
so many messages. Why?
I'll probably firstly check my phone if someone has answered.
Okay.
Liliana or Isaac.
Apparently everyone decided to leave mid-session.
Yes, well, either way, I need to take care of the fledgling, and I know exactly how to take care of him. And scratch an itch.
Okay. Yep, you can roll for it.
Okay, I need to.
You just need to
Was it-
roll to see if you actually do it, because he would be the one checking if he doesn't go fucking insane. So you just need to roll for actually
Yeah, I'm.
no, because he's not struggling back, so you just have a freebie on this one.
Yeah, so I'm finding the rules for our homebrew.
Mm-hmm.
You roll willpower against willpower to see if this whole fucking fight's back.
There we go. There we go. Okay, so I don't need to do the extended strength roll, right?
Nope, you don't. He's not resisting. Not really.
Okay, so I don't need to roll for if I get addicted, because already addicted.
Yep.
And I just need to roll for the possession.
Mm-hmm.
Willpower. But
You don't
he's
need
low.
to roll for
he's-
the possession. You don't need. You don't need
Why?
to, because his gen is way higher than yours.
Okay.
So
So
you just bite into him, and
I
eventually,
get animal.
the guy just flops onto the floor.
Mhm.
And after you sort of breathe in, enjoying the high,
Mhm.
you find that you look around and everything seems a bit brighter, almost.
Is the protein?
And then you
Yes.
sort of realize that there's like a sort of red shift around you.
Mm.
And as you sort of like start carrying the body out, Jack, you notice that Serena's dragging out the body, and as soon as she makes eye contact with you, she has like glowing red eyes.
It checks out. Do you hear fucking rats screaming around?
No. I mean, he was a fledgling.
Yeah.
How many
Animalism.
Yeah.
Animalism is kind
Well,
of
maybe
more mental
maybe
stuff.
I have. I mean, maybe I'm gonna try it because I'm
Not in my
gonna
fucking room.
see if I hear rats talking.
Well, you try.
Mhm.
You don't think there are any rats around. You don't hear any, really.
I just senses.
I'll just give it. There's like a few scritches within the walls.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we can deal with that later. Yeah. Weird that the body didn't decompose, or is this normal?
He's been dead for 2 days.
I guess I'm gonna go and take care. But first, I'm gonna like will the eyes of the beast away.
Yeah, it takes you a bit of time, but eventually, like, you close your eyes and open them. Jack, you basically see one of the eyes go out slowly. The other one sticks around for a while, and Serena sort of continues trying, and eventually it goes out.
Black suits you better.
I mean, I could have walked around with them like that. I mean, the only thing it really does, it just makes my eyes glow because they're already red. Red.
Well, bright red, like all of the eye, not just the center.
Like not this red.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go dispose of the body. Actually, I'm
Mhm.
gonna call the Schlachter.
Yeah, you just call the Schlachter, and it seems that once the Schlachter approaches and tries to bite into the body, it does eat it, but it seems to be slower, and once in a while it looks up at you to check if...
Oh, you don't like it. You don't like it. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna go throw it out to the big boy. It's
Yeah,
okay.
when you start pulling it away, it bites into it and starts dragging it away from you.
Oh, okay. Fine, fine. Gee, first you act like you don't want it, then you want it.
Was it a girl when it was all leaving, I suppose?
What?
Behaves like a girl and kind of new.
I mean, was it the long-haired Schlachter?
Yes.
Well, it has long hair, so yes, it was a girl.
Yeah, check. I knew a girl. She was like, "Yeah, I want it. I don't want it. I want it. I don't want it."
That's
And her
sexist.
death was fucking exploded in the day.
That's very sexist of you, Jack.
I know. I'm sorry.
Laughs and
Should I-
vampire from the 80s.
Yes, vampire from the fucking 30s. Okay.
Yes. So,
Time to go to the S-Bat?
okay. So you start heading down to the basement, and Abel follows you. I would assume he's back.
Yes.
Okay, good. Abel follows you, and I don't know if Larry follows you because,
Larry walked out a while ago.
yeah, I don't know where he would be, but he can tell me if he wishes to go there as well. And reaching the basement, you see that Cecil has already prepared a table with a sort of bowl and what seems like a very adorned knife that has been crafted out of bone, though with a lot of care put into it.
Did he make a new knife?
Yes.
I walk over and examine it.
Yeah, it seems, well, it's made of bone, so it'll require a bit more maintenance, but it seems like extremely detailed work. Like he spent at least a couple of nights working on this.
Oh. This is lovely. Shall we?
Cecil simply stands
Yes.
at one position around the bowl.
Yeah. Serena recites the cursing of Cain from the Book of Nob, as much as she knows about.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding how Cain was unwilling to bow his head to God. And so is Sabbat unwilling to bow his head to the yoke of Camarilla. And in blood we are bound. And Serena cut her wrist with the knife and pours it into the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
The blood. Wills it.
Um,
And hands the knife over to Cecil.
Cecil seems to sort of split his wrist preemptively and then cut into the flesh instead of cutting into the skin around it. and
Mhm.
after bleeding for a few moments into the bowl, he passes the knife along to Jack.
Jack will just silently nick his palm and will some blood into it. And pass the knife to, I guess, Abel.
Abel makes a small cut on his wrist and forces out some of his vitae, then proceeds to add it to the cup. And then passes the cup on.
Larry.
Larry cuts his wrist too. Pours some vitae. Passes the cup.
Okay. And once the cup and the knife reach Serena once more, what does she do?
She lifts it up. Um, so what is that word? Sanctifies the ritual. Uh, and recites her vow of loyalty to the Sabbat, taking a sip and passing it on to Cecil.
Cecil takes a sip, quite a long one, and passes it on to Jack.
And take my sip and give it to Abel.
Abel takes his weekly zip and passes it on to Larry.
Larry takes a sip and passes it to Serena.
And we're done. Uh, Tonight, I've had, since soon we're going to have the siege of Santa Monica. I thought the pack could basically work on their instinct and self-control a bit more, and that we conduct the fire dancing right.
A dangerous one, to be sure, but I believe it's a good idea.
I mean, when we're going to be sieging Santa Monica, fire is probably going to come for us too. So we should work on our fear against it.
Is everyone compliant here?
I mean, she's right.
Indeed, she is. Very well, then. We shall perform it. I'll make the preparations outside.
Yeah.
We
Regarding
we can tend to it soon. I will have other jobs for you in the meantime. I need to check a few things, however. Are you free before then?
yes.
Good. Then I have received a message from Victoria.
Hmm.
She wishes to speak to Larry. And apparently she is not pleased. So I wish for all of you to go with your pack mate. Make sure
Course.
he's safe. And
course,
all of you return here afterwards so we can perform the rite.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to ask, do you want her embraced before you like change her memories or after?
You may embrace her once you're back.
Okay. Then we shall do so. Larry, what did you do?
Oh, indeed. What the fuck you do?
Perhaps it is regarding Arturo.
Your what?
Arturo, her puppy.
What did you do with him?
Nothing. He proposed a challenge. I called him a psycho.
What was the exact
Why?
wording of his challenge?
I wanted to find an animalism teacher. He told me that he would teach me after I participate in a challenge of his.
Uh-huh.
I got to the place. He told me that in the house there are members of two opposing gangs, and that me and him get in there and see who kills more. If I kill
Okay.
more, I win. If he kills more, he wins.
Okay.
I called him a psycho and left.
I see. And?
That's it.
And I guess it's not why we are cold.
Yeah, I highly doubt is why we're called. What else?
What else?
Else, I don't know. I did nothing.
I guess let's go find out.
I suppose.
You know the way,
Should he
Larry.
fly or
Well, yes.
get in a fucking van?
I will fly.
Yes. Right. Don't enter Victoria's place before we get in, okay?
If you say so.
I do say so. See you later. Serena waves to Cecil and walks she looks annoyed. She looks annoyed at Larry.
And
Yes.
as
Not every day we are summoned to fucking Archbishop because he fucked up.
Yeah.
and as you make your way through East LA to eventually get to the Archbishop's neighborhood, you enter the usual building. Larry enters it through the roof, since he fuses through the stone and moves through it to appear inside. And as you make your way inside, you see Victoria sitting in a very comfortable looking chair. And she seems to be tapping her foot, looking at the window outside. And next to her is Arturo, leaning on the wall with his arms crossed.
I greet the Archbishop, Your Excellency.
She doesn't seem to react at first. Continues to tap her foot.
I believe Larry should be arriving any second now. Or did he already
Oh,
arrive?
he arrived with you.
Okay, fine. Larry's here as you wish to talk with him.
I'd like to know why.
Why what?
Well, first, your gargoyle decided to attempt to enter what could be considered one of the most sacred areas around, a tomb to my sire's sire. And when he failed to do so and was just rightly insulted, apparently he decided to murder a number of my gang members.
I did not murder anybody.
I have an eyewitness who has been loyal to the Sabbat since his creation.
I look at Arturo.
He seems to be very stone-faced, arms crossed, just eyeing you.
Larry
Larry, have you tried entering the forbidden area which you were warned not to enter after your first attempt?
I did so because I was afraid of an enemy being there.
Wait. That was a month ago when he visited.
Yes.
Have you tried it again?
Yes.
No.
I'll check in with his line.
Okay.
I'm gonna read his mind.
Oh my fucking god. Everyone on Larry.
I'm just a bit of fairy now, so
I
live
will-
with it.
I will have to check something. I will send a private message.
What do you want from me, SD?
The STD.
Why? Why you do that?
Why?
Why you do our boy dirty?
Fucking why? Okay, so Serena and Jack, you may both roll.
I don't need to. As I said, I'm a bit of a fairy. Live with it now.
Oh, right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, unless his willpower is 10, I get 2 bits of information, please.
Okay.
I'll check out Arturo.
Okay. So Abel, you may roll. Okay. There we go. All right. So, Abel, from your perspective, Arturo is completely stone-faced, just staring daggers at Larry. Clearly, they don't like each other very much, but you don't see any amount of deception happening overtly, at least. Jack, you can tell that Larry is not lying at all. Serena, as you peer into Larry's mind, you see flashes of a sense of urgency as he sinks into the soil of the temple below. Thinking that there is potentially another gargoyle in the room spying on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing you get.
But is that that time when we were all there?
Yes.
So you didn't go. Well,
Do I feel somebody fucking with my mind?
Yes.
I'm
Do I know
gonna.
who it is?
You don't know who it is, but you know that someone's like trying to push their way in, essentially. Abel, you were gonna say something?
I look at Serena.
Serena,
Why don't you trust me?
Larry, you're not exactly the least impulsive creature in our pack. That is That is strange, though. Now, because there doesn't seem to be any traces that it was Larry who attacked the gang.
If you are already watching my mind, you can see how I called Arturo a psycho and left.
Wait, that was another situation, and I hardly doubt that Arturo would make a lie about another gargoyle. Like, like I hardly doubt that Arturo would make up a lie that a gargoyle tried to get into the temple, but perhaps there was another gargoyle. After all, you're man-made.
Or we are just in a bit of misunderstanding, and we are still talking about that situation.
Well, no, we're not talking about that situation.
I will look at Arturo.
When did I murder your gang members?
They weren't mine. They were Victoria's. And I saw you a couple of days ago, or nights rather. You flew in,
What
and not
date?
one survived. During peace talks, no less.
What
check
date?
Arturo.
You check Arturo?
Yep.
Okay.
Using my fairy powers.
Yeah. Let me double check something.
Yep. If he believes he's telling the truth, I'm not getting anything.
I know, I'm just checking the details on that.
Yep.
Because this discipline is fun.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
Leave it to the snake and the shadowy fucking fairy.
Okay. So you notice as Arturo speaks, there is a sort of off color to his tongue, almost like it's sort of bluish.
I lean to Serena and like, I have reasons to believe he might not be telling the entire truth, but you know.
Your Excellency, I have checked Larry's mind, and he truly has nothing to do with that. But recently, there has been a personal, so to say, a personal trade of insults between Arturo and Larry. Larry was looking for a teacher, and Arturo offered a challenge which wasn't to Larry's taste. So he did call him a psycho and left. There is though something off in the way Arturo speaks, but I'm not going to intrude on your person's mind without permission.
Victoria looks to Arturo, then looks to you and says, I would tread very carefully in this territory. Make sure you keep a leash on the gargoyle from now on.
Of course.
Good.
But, yeah.
You may
It
go.
wasn't him. Okay. And
she continues
Serena-
tapping her foot throughout the entire conversation.
Larry just eyes Arturo and then turns around and leaves. Very angrily.
Arturo continues stone-faced, staring daggers at you.
Of course, I mean, like, it would be, as you say, Your Excellency. After all, the Sabbat and Serena sneaks an eye to Arturo, all of the sword is meant to be working in the Sword's best interest, and not let our personal disagreements come before our mission.
Indeed.
I will make sure that all of my pack remembers it, as do all the rest of the pack priests. And Serena bows respectfully to Victoria.
Victoria simply sort of gestures for you to leave and continues tapping her foot.
And leaves. Someone's
And
gonna
leave
get in
we shall.
trouble.
So
Someone's gonna get in trouble.
what did my last roll tell me about Arturo?
You basically got the sense that, well, wait, your last roll was for
Sense the
the
sin.
thing, yeah. Didn't I send that? Oh, I didn't. Sorry, I forgot to press enter. Let me just check if the message is finished. There you go.
Okay, I'm just gonna give him the eye before I leave.
Yeah.
As in, squint.
Not the literal eye that you're going to animate. And as the four of you exit, the door closes behind you. Larry leaves through the roof. And as Larry starts flying away and you start walking away, you hear for a moment a few sounds of, voices rising. And at some point, you just hear essentially a slam about as loud as a gunshot coming from within the house. And then pure fucking silence. All the fucking gang members that were patrolling the streets, they stop when they hear that, and you can tell from the general vibe that they just go about. They have the sort of attitude of not my circus, not my monkeys, and continue doing their fucking job.
Serena's like, really? Like, I mean, like Serena continues going out and is like, Jordan really should have thought better. Literally a fledgling. What?
I didn't hear properly.
Like once we're in the car and driving away, Serena's like, he really should have thought better. I mean, like literally shows that how much of a fledgling or or a neonate or whatever he is. It's like you go up to like the Sabbat to lie in their fucking face and don't expect somebody with mind reading abilities or other abilities to be like, hey, you're lying.
I guess Larry would have to find another teacher in animalism.
Yeah. I mean, wait, Abel, don't you speak with animals?
I do. Every day.
Well, why did Larry then go outside of the pack?
I don't know. He never approached me.
I guess he never knew that you
He
speak with animals.
might not know, yeah.
We can tell him when we get back.
That was a loud fucking bang. Did she fucking shot him with 50 caliber?
No, but you know that she can transform into a giant snake.
Yep, I suppose.
I
So,
only hope that it wasn't her getting banged.
Oh, no. Doubtful.
Cecil did mention something interesting today before he dashed and brought back a
Yeah.
dude.
The
He said
danger. Oh,
that
well. Yeah, because he
the
saw that he was watching our house, that he was a Camarilla spy.
oh, okay.
Serena, you should maybe draw a card on her.
Maybe Cecil wasn't referring to that gangrel.
What do you mean?
Well, isn't Arturo one as well?
No,
No.
I
He's
believe
the
Arturo.
type, I
Yeah, it's a
think.
Setite.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, he's not victorious. So let us go.
By the way, it
Really?
makes even funnier that night there were 3 fucking grandsires. With 3 fucking problematic childs.
Who was the third one?
Larry. He's Oswald's sire.
Oh, I see.
Who's his child?
Yeah, we do have that problem here, right?
Yeah.
Fucking hitting waves simultaneously.
Yes.
Okay, we travel back to the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you start making your way back, we will have a very short break, and we will be back soon.
See ya.